This is such an awesome moment. I interviewed John Cameron Mitchell. I just talked to him and he's so excited that this show is finally coming out. And of course, he was raving about you two.
It's her first dramatic role. I think she really knocked it out of the park. I wish I had more scenes with her.
That's so nice of him. He crushed it as well.
Yes.
How did it feel for you to be doing something on this scale for the first time?
I mean, it was a leap for sure. You know, most of the things I do last 3 minutes, and this lasted 8 hours, and so it required a lot more prep than I'm used to. But Kyle was very instrumental in helping me. I just learned so much just watching you and the way you approach a scene and how he did it. It's scary to try anything new, but you gotta keep trying stuff, you know?
You know what? That's a very Carole Baskin thing. She never stops, does she?
That's very true.
I will not rest till abusers like Joe are kept as far away from animals as possible.
Like you can keep me away from my animals.
We will see.
Damn right we will!
What was the transformation moment reaction from you? And by that I mean the first time you see yourself in the mirror in the Carole wig, in the garb, how did you feel?
I couldn't access the character on any level until I put on that wig, baby. Man, is that hair makes the man. And I was like, yes, now I can feel it, because she has a mane. She has cultivated a mane of her own, and I felt suddenly so imbued with her spirit.
You know, you move differently too when you had the wig on.
When you have a costume,
You know how Carole has kind of that, how she kind of does a little sway with her body. You move completely different with that, with the hair.
Because you have to do things to accommodate it. You know,
yeah.
you have a nice mane there.
Thank you. I wondered what the weight of the wig was. That's a lot of hair.
It was, you know, it's light, it's fluffy, but it was something. It was something.
I really think he's evil, Howard. I have to get him.
How are you gonna do that? Let's think of something together.
Kyle, as she just said, have all these amazing scenes with you. What was it like to work opposite this woman?
One of the most challenging, difficult, extraordinarily
Well, because I hit and bite, you know.
and scratch. We had, it was such a pleasure. First of all, she's the most available actress, one of the most available actresses I've worked with. Very present, ready to go, very committed, very intent on the character that she has and what she's doing, but willing to play and improv and move through the scene in a different way, in an unexpected way than what's on the page. So we were very creative within our little working space. And it was encouraged by the directors. I think they let us play a little bit, and came up with some wonderful stuff. And she just is, again, she's so brilliant, so inventive. It was exciting. It's sort of like we were stepping off a cliff every time we did a scene, and it was really fun.
I mean, well, you too, and we danced. I mean, we actually danced as well, but it felt like a dance. And their relationship is so beautiful to me in real life, and it was just so easy to cultivate that with you, because you're so easy to love.
Thank you.
Well, you know, I have to ask, did you speak at all to the real Carole and Howard in preparing for this?
We did not. However, there is so much available on YouTube that they've put there in their own words, and sometimes that's even more useful. And so we both did a lot of research and watching them speak for themselves, and then use that to create these characters.
How will you feel if they watch the show? What would your message to them about it be?
Gosh. I hope they enjoy it.
I hope they enjoy it, and I hope they see that their love is reflected in it, and that their values are reflected in it.
Yeah, and they're partners. I mean, they're partners, you know, and they have respect for each other. And even when things are challenging and not challenging, it's like they still value each other, value each other's opinions. It's really a partnership and a loving partnership. I think we got that. Hope they see that.
She's waiting, Kyle. She's waiting for you.
Yeah. Okay. He's married. I'll laugh.
Look, of course, we were all so obsessed with the docuseries when it came out. Were you two both as obsessed initially in quarantine?
I watched it. I was obsessed with it. Yes, because I'm obsessed with these people. I'm obsessed with people who are real life characters, and these are larger than life people. And I always need to understand what's underneath. What were their childhoods like? What drives them? What makes them so obsessed with cats? And how are they coping with life using cats? I also wanted to reach deeper and see what was really driving them. And I think that's why we did this show.
I actually interviewed Carole for Dancing with the Stars, and it was but it was a real moment to hear her say, "Hey, all you cool cats and kittens."
Hey, all you cool cats and kittens.
What was it like for you to say that line for the first time?
Oh my God. It's a nice moment in the script, right? Because you have it takes a moment for her to find the right words together. It was they made a thing out of it. It was good.
Yeah. It's different from doing an impression on a sketch show. You can't sort of like do that level of impression the whole time. But with certain lines that are now iconic, I just sort of watched YouTube a bunch and tried to sail it on through.
How many pieces of cat print clothing do you think you wore while filming this show?
Our incredible costume designer, Amelia Gabler, just found every one that has been manufactured on this good globe in the last 20 years or whatever. Man, there were a lot of different pieces.
Didn't she source the real one?
She got the real shirt that Carole wore in the documentary in her introduction.
Replica.
And
amazing.
It was an incredible sartorial journey that I got to go on. I don't wear cat print in real life. I just wear cat hair on my pants and shirts and socks and hair and everything I own.
Kate, real quick, we do have to ask you about a different project. You are reuniting with Margot Robbie in the Barbie movie. Amazing. What can you tease, if anything? What are you excited about for this project?
I can only tease that I'm so excited. It's going to be incredible. Greta Gerwig obviously is an amazing writer and director, and Margot is flawless, fabulous, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
And Kyle, we have to ask you about one of your most iconic roles. The new Dune has come out. Did you see the new Dune, and what did you think?
I did. I saw it in Australia. We have a screening in Brisbane. I had an overwhelming sense of nostalgia, which is sort of odd, listening to the scenes and sort of remembering and watching them. And I was smiling from ear to ear. It was really, it was really fun to watch. When Timothy puts his hand in the box, I'm like, I know that box. That's gonna hurt. Don't do that. But he didn't listen to me, of course.
They've been playing the original a lot more on TV now, I've noticed.
They have been. I know, it's sort of given it a little bump, which is fun. Fun to go back. Man, we were young. Oy, oy, oy.
My goodness,
a long time ago.
you still look just as perfect.
Thank you, my darling. You don't think I'm too tan?
Wow, I love you two. You've formed your own relationship making this show, haven't you? I love it.
Buds. I would
We
say
are.
we're buds.
100%.
Again, John Cameron Mitchell raves so much about the both of you. What was it like to work with him, and how did you react when you first saw him as Joe Exotic?
Oh my
Wow,
gosh.
I know.
I mean, he got the look, obviously, but John Cameron, I'm such a fan of his from so long ago, and he's such an incredible performer and philosopher and such a live wire, and I knew he was just going to soar in this role, and he did even beyond what I imagined.
Yeah, I remember hearing that he was cast and going, oh my God, that's absolutely brilliant. That's perfect. It's like, yes, done. That one you can check off your list. And he delivers 100%. I only worked with him, we had one scene together, which was lovely. We had a great time together, and I just wish that we'd had more. He's just so talented. And again, he delivers something, I think, really special in this.